Hello, my name is Scott Vanderlyn, and I am a research librarian at Chicago-Kent College of Law. In this video, I will discuss the basics of researching statutory law through the use of an often overlooked statutory finding tool, the popular name table. I will also explain the difference between two official sources of statutory law, statutes at large and the U.S. Code. To help me with this process, I will introduce you to several characters. The first character you will need to get to know will be POPs.
Pops, you've got to help me.
Okay, but first tell me why we had to meet in a cave. And why are you dressed like Hunter S. Thompson?
I'm in hot water, Pops. I need to find someone before they find me. I took out some loans from a guy. Now he wants his money. All I know is that his friends call him Rico.
Oh boy. Rico runs a really organized racket. Very suave. I can help you find him though. First, I can tell you that his full name is the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act.
I can see why he goes by Rico.
Indeed. Now let me see. It looks like Rico can be found at 84 Stat 941, or at 18 USC 1961.
Stat USC? I've never even heard of those places.
To actually find Rico, you will have to talk to Seller Cody. The only thing I can do is point you in the right direction.
Okay, great. This is just great. I have another important question. I need to know about the Patriot Act.
The Patriot Act. No problem. 115 Stat 272.
No. Stop. You did not let me finish. I need to know about the Patriot actor who played Colonel Tavington. That dude is in everything, but I can never remember his name.
Jason Isaacs.
As you saw in the video, the popular name table is a convenient way to find the location of a statute if all you know is the common or popular name of that statute. This is the popular name table maintained by the Legal Information Institute, just one example of a freely available popular name table that is available on the internet. Other popular name tables are available in print in the law library or on LexisNexis or Westlaw. As Pops explained in the video you just saw, the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, or RICO, can be found at either 84 Stat 941 or at 18 USC 1961. But what do these stand for? Let's begin by discussing the first citation, 84 Stat 941. Stat is short for United States Statutes at Large. It is now time to meet another character, Sal, who will introduce you to this resource.
Hey, are you Sal?
That depends. Who wants to know?
Pop sent me. He gave me a message and told me that you would know what it meant. He says, 84. Stat 941. What is that, some kind of a code?
Whoa, slow down, guy. If you want to talk about codes, you will have to talk to Cody, the man I report to. He is the official code guy. I mean, I'm official, but he is like, official. You know what I mean?
Not exactly, but I am learning. I will talk to Cody next. Look, I really just want to find some information on a guy named Rico, and Pop said that the message I gave you would help.
Sure, I can help you. Based on the message Pops gave you, I can tell you exactly how the government felt about Rico in 1970.
Wait. The government? This thing goes way up.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The government is very interested in Rico.
Okay, but 1970? How is that going to be helpful? Rico has probably changed a lot since 1970.
Maybe yes, maybe no. In any case, you can learn a lot about someone by seeing where they came from.
Oh man. That is good.
Right.
It's like... you sort of just blew my mind.
I minored in philosophy, Anyway, if the government has changed its views on RICO, and you want to know how, you will need to come to me with another message. Capiche?
I think I capiche. So, you can give me a pretty good idea of how RICO has changed over the years, right?
Exactly. In fact, historical analysis is really the main reason you would come to me. Now, if you want to get a big picture of how the government feels about RICO right now, you should talk to the man upstairs, Cody. Did Pops give you a message for Cody too?
Yes. He said 18. U.S.
Don't talk to me about 18s and U's and S's. That is between you and Cody.
As you saw in the video, Statutes at Large is a source that would be useful if you needed to find out how a law was written by Congress when it was originally passed. Statutes at Large is a compilation of all laws passed by Congress in a single legislative session. For that reason, the laws found in Statutes at Large are referred to as session laws. They are published chronologically in the order that they were passed. Here is what the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act looks like in Statutes at Large. As Sal explained, Statutes at Large is an important resource for doing historical research of a law because you can view the law in its entirety as it was passed. Every future change to a law will be accompanied by a new session law published in Statutes at Large. In the final step of the codification process, laws will be organized by subject matter and published in the U.S. Code. To introduce you to the U.S. Code, you will need to meet one more character, Cody.
Hello. I am looking for the man they call Cody.
I am Cody. Who sent you? Pops? Sal?
Well, both sort of. Everyone seems to agree that you are the person I should talk to get the official scoop on a guy named Rico.
You have come to the right place. What have you found out so far?
Sal gave me an idea what Rico was like in 1970. He also sort of blew my mind.
He minored in philosophy.
I heard.
And Pops, did he give you a message for me?
Yes. He says, 18. USC 1961. I assume that means something to you?
It does. First though, do you want the annotated version or the unannotated version?
What is the difference?
The unannotated version is the short version. Just the facts, man. The annotated version is longer, and it is going to cost you some money, but if you grease my palm a little, I can point you in the direction of some other people who can tell you about Rico. Unofficially, of course.
I am going to stick to the official version for today. I am in a hurry and I spent all of my money on this disguise.
Fair enough. For future reference, though, you are going to want the annotated version in order to do more thorough research.
Thanks, but this will be a one-time thing for me.
Ha! Oh wait, were you serious? Excuse me. Let's just say that I have a feeling we'll be seeing each other again.
Fantastic.
If you ever need help, though, just remember that the librarians at Chicago Kent will point you in the right direction.
Unlike Statutes at Large, which contains the full text of laws as they were passed, the U.S. Code separates laws into individual sections organized by subject matter. To illustrate what happens to a law after it is passed by Congress, let's take a look at another well-known act of Congress, the Patriot Act. This is how the Patriot Act appears in Statutes at Large. If you went to this citation in Statutes at Large, you could read the Patriot Act from beginning to end, just as it was originally worded when it was passed by Congress. When the Patriot Act is codified and published in the U.S. Code, however, it is divided into 230 pages, located in 24 separate titles and 2,405 sections of the U.S. Code. Here is an illustration of what that separation looks like. The U.S. Code is arranged by subject, and it consists strictly of statutes that are still enforced, as opposed to Statutes at Large, which compiles all laws that have been passed by Congress, regardless of whether or not they have been subsequently repealed. As Cody explained, there are two types of codes, annotated and unannotated. The unannotated code is a version of the code that contains just the text of laws without any supplemental material. In practice, you would rarely use an unannotated code for research, unless you just needed to check the language of a statutory section. Annotated codes, like the one you see here, are much more useful for research because they include editorial enhancements that you can use to point you in the direction of additional helpful resources. For instance, you can see that this annotated code gives you citations to case law that deals with the code section being researched. It also provides you with topics and key numbers that you could use to find additional relevant cases. Thank you very much for your time. Be sure to contact the research librarians at Chicago-Kent if you have any questions about researching statutory law.